Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Laura Ashley-Abraham.
And I am Connie Smock.
And together we are the Michigan Medium Angels. She's tricking you because she's got a different background over there. So it's her.
You know what? I'm out in nature and I love because I have my hibiscus. The little hummingbirds come to see me. You guys you might keep an eye out. You might see some hummingbirds flocking around here. They love, that something just went by there. They love this little thing over here. I don't know if you can see it. The little red one. Yeah, that's one of their favorites. So anyway.
I love it. Well, welcome back, everybody. And today is day 54 of our CNL Good News series. So last video we were talking about the pendulum, and this one we wanted to talk about body testing and how you can use your body to body test and see if something's good for you or not good for you. This is another great way, a good tool that both Connie and I will use to test and see if something, again, is good for you. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's doing something or going somewhere or whatever it is, you can check in with your body and ask your body if it is going to be good for you. So Tinkerbell is going to be our model. All right, she's our Vanna White for today. Take it away, Vanna. Take it away.
Okay. So if you didn't see our last video about the pendulum, you want to watch it because basically it ended up, the shortened version is, so I won't go into it again, but you can watch it, is basically I found out I was allergic to peanuts by checking in with myself and connecting with my guides because I was welting, I had welts, I was welted up, my eyes were swollen. It's still a little bit of a residual. It started going to my throat. I was getting a sore throat, my body aches. I was exhausted. I didn't know what was wrong with me. It was affecting my bladder. I was having issues with that. It was terrible. I thought like
you were a wreck. You were a wreck, basically.
I was a train wreck, okay? And it felt like a train had hit me. And I had so many things going on. I thought something was seriously wrong with me. And I have a history of malignant melanoma. So I'm thinking, is there an issue with that? Like what? I didn't know what was going on. So I had to get myself calm and centered, and I checked in, and I checked with myself, and I said, what is going on with this body? What do I need to know what's going on with me? And right away, I heard allergic reaction. So I said, what is that? What am I reacting to? And I saw peanuts. And at first I didn't think anything because of the peanuts. I'm thinking I don't really eat peanuts. I don't care for peanuts, but I love peanut butter. And I love it for a quick snack, especially when I'm active and when we're doing reading parties and I don't have time to eat. I can take a scoop and eat it, and it gives me enough energy to help last. So I checked with the pendulum, and the pendulum said yes right away. But I also did something else, which is called body testing, just another way to confirm of what is true and what is not true. Your body is a true test. It's a true pendulum. It knows what the truth is, but there are certain things you have to do in order to make sure that it is acting correctly, if you will. One of the things is you have to make sure that you you don't have to go to the bathroom. So if you have to go pee, make sure you do it before you test. You have to have an empty bladder. The other thing is you want to face north. My north is actually back this way, but that's okay. We can still do it. The other thing is you want to have your feet shoulder width apart, not too far, not too close. There's different ways you can do this in different variations. So I'll tell you a couple of them, but basically you're like this. Let me move this out. Hopefully you can see me. Let me try to back up enough. Can you see me?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Yes. So my feet are shoulder width apart, and my arms are at my side. I'm really not facing north, but pretend that I'm facing north. So basically what you want to do is you want to take a deep breath, let it out. So you kind of grounded yourself. And now it's going to be, sometimes it'll be faint. Sometimes it'll be very subtle, I should say. Whether you're going to move back or backwards or forwards. I said that backwards. Forwards or backwards. Some people, when I'm body testing them, when I'm working on them to see what's going on in their body, or teaching them how to do it, when I have clients, sometimes they'll go forward, like I almost have to catch them. It's so strong. Other times, it's very hard to detect. It's almost just like you can almost barely see it or barely see it go back. but you'll be able to feel it. And it's really cool to do. You can practice on this with different things. Just like the other video, I'm going to put a caveat. This is not a replacement for alternative medicine or your doctor. If you feel you have an issue going on, you need to see your doctor. Don't just rely on this. But basically, and until I am working on my PhD, and until I get that, then I can't actually offer, medical advice. But that's another thing that I'm working on with my yoga instructor, and also our school that we're doing our school. We have a lot of stuff going on. I'm kidding about the PhD, but anyway, you never know.
I certify you as a PhD.
Yay! I'm a PhD. I can't wait to start putting that at the end of my name. Okay, so anyway, so again, make sure your bladder is eliminated and you're grounded. You're centered in the ground. You can stop to ground too. I know I'm shaking the video. Stop. Or just picture roots growing from your feet down into the ground and you're grounded. Have the intention. So now you can ask a question. Before you want to ask a question, you always want to say something that's a truth that you know is something to be true and test it. So I'm going to say, my name is Connie. So I started moving forward a little bit. I don't know if you could see that or not. Maybe I should face this way. Is that easier?
Yes, that's a good
idea.
idea.
Let me suck it. Hang on, because I just ate. So I'm stuck in my belly. All right. So next thing is, now let's make up another name. My name is Donald Duck. I started to go backwards. So you can say anything you want. It's just something to know what is true and what is not as true. So, and you want to close your eyes when you ask this. Are peanuts are my highest and greatest good to eat? Right away, it started to go no, and it was a strong no. See how I started to go backwards? It'll be just like a little pull. Sometimes when I do it, it's very subtle, but other times it'll be like a really strong pull. All right, so is wine in my highest and greatest good to drink? It actually went forward. There might be something in the wine, the antioxidants that I need. You never know. So there's different things and different ways you can do this. You can do it for people. As so-and-so my highest and greatest good to be around. Is it good for me to be around this person? And then that's an ethical way to ask that. Again, you don't want to ask questions that is so-and-so cheating on me or anything like that, but you can ask what's for your highest and greatest good. The reason why is because you can't infringe on other people's free will of what they're thinking. If you're trying to get in their head of what they're thinking, in terms of this way of doing it this way. Twink and I can do it when we are actually doing readings. We can say, we can check in on the energy of people to see if it's, if someone's compatible or not compatible or what's going on with them. But when you're doing body tests like this and using pendulums, you have to be very careful of what to ask, especially when you're not familiar with it or you don't have that solid connection with your guides. So that's the difference. And plus, you might get something that you may think, oh, there was a dragonfly just went by, something new and shiny. So you just have to be careful, because you may get something and you may kind of take off on something that may not be something when you're asking very personal questions like that, when you're doing these testings and with the pendulums. Does that make sense?
It does. And it's about what's ethical. It's about what is good for you, what isn't good for you. And that's why you're always wanting to ask the question about what is best for me. What is best for my highest and greatest good? Is this person good for me to be around? Is this job a good job for me? Is this decision, should I move? That's a good question too. Should I continue in this relationship? Or actually, using the word should can be a little bit questionable too. So you want to be very careful about how you're asking it. So I would actually suggest saying, is it for my highest and greatest good to remain in this relationship? Is this job for my highest and greatest good? And I'm trying to think of any other questions or how you can phrase them, but I wouldn't use the word should in the question. I would always ask the question, coming from what's going on?
It's okay. I didn't realize there was water on the table. I just got my thing wet. That's okay.
Oh.
I just got all my paper wet. That's all right.
That's okay. That's all right. We were just we were wrapping up anyway. But it is important with that and how you phrase the question, and you're always going to be wanting to ask it from a place of what is for your highest and greatest good. And getting comfortable, like Connie was saying too, make sure that you're taking time to get comfortable with how your body responds and reacts. And so that you know for sure that that's correct. And maybe you need to do it for a couple of days to get comfortable, because a lot of times people will be, you may want it to be a certain answer, so you may sway it. It's the same thing with the pendulum. So you have to really clear and be honest with yourself and allow your body to really go in whatever direction is for your highest and greatest good, letting go of any resistance that you may have and not focusing on a specific outcome too. So it's really about letting go and trusting. And that can be difficult for some people, is allowing a trust and having that connection with your guides and your angels. Who is it that you want to connect with? Is it you connecting with God? Are you connecting with your higher self? Do you want to connect with Archangel Michael to ask the question? Like Connie said, she uses Archangel, or she uses Melchizedek. I personally will connect with my higher self. I connect with Abraham. So that's who I'll be like, okay, you know, my higher self or Abraham, my guides, is this for my highest and greatest good? And just allow yourself, like she said, close your eyes and allow yourself to either go backwards or forwards. And we have it set so forward is yes, we have it set so backward is no. Listen to your body, listen to your own intuition. Go ahead, Tink.
So the thing about this is, because if something is good for you, you're going to pull towards it. If something is not good for you, it's going to go away from it. So another thing you can do is you can write pieces of paper out. You can do this for, let's say you're trying to choose between 3 different houses. Write the addresses of the house on a piece of paper, fold it up. Because sometimes you might think, am I making this up? Am I making my body go forward? If you don't know the answer, I just wrote 1 strawberry. I put 1 strawberry and 1 peanut just to make it quick. You can do more stuff. Okay. Then mix it up, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. So then take this, close your eyes, put it up to your heart. This one I'm going forward. It really strong forward, okay? Now this one, really strong backwards, okay? Let the answer be revealed. Peanuts backwards. What I'll do too is if I have multiple options, I'll write my answer forward or backward on the outside of it right after I do it. So that way I know which one. The other thing you can do too is, I did this when I was trying to, believe it or not, poor Brad, but I'm going to totally say this. When I was deciding whether or not to, I wasn't sure if Brad was really exclusive or not. And I wasn't comfortable at that point asking him, because we kind of just started dating, but we just started dating again for the 2nd time. So I'm thinking, is this really for my highest and greatest good? So an ethical way to do it is, I'm not going to ask questions about what he's thinking or what he's doing, although I do ask that sometimes, but not necessarily him, but different things. I know she's laughing. Okay,
Right,
it's a team, okay?
We are human. We do want to know those questions too.
Yeah, you guys ask us. I'm just saying. So if I'm asking someone else, yes, I say, what are you feeling about this person or whatever? So of course we do that. But you want to make sure that, again, that it's ethical, so you get the right answer for you. That's what we're talking about. You want to make sure you're doing something that's getting the right answer for you. So I literally wrote out on pieces of paper, because I had options at that point. I think there were like 2 or 3 other people who were interested in dating me. So I didn't really want to date them in case Brad thought that we were exclusive. And then I didn't want to hurt him, but I didn't want to push him into anything. But I also didn't want to give up an opportunity if he's seeing other people too. So I was trying to figure out this balance. And instead of using my throat chakra, which I ended up doing, and I ended up asking him because I did want to know, especially after I did this. So I had Brad's name and I had 3 other guys' names on each separate pieces of paper. And I literally folded them up. I put them to my heart and I wrote if I went backwards or forward. And then I also wrote what I saw. What did I feel? I sat there for a second with it. I didn't just do that. I took it a step further. And then I literally, I know, so what ended up happening is on Brad's, of course I went forward for him. He was the only one that I had gone forward with. And I saw green. which to me is like a green light. And I saw, and I was really warm. And I wrote everything that I was seeing and feeling on the papers. And the other ones were like, no, no, no. And one of them I even put dating others, just date right now and have fun. And it was a no. So those are things that you can do. Again, if you're looking for houses, you can put the addresses. If you're foods you want to see, if I'm in a health food store and I'm trying to decide if I want a vitamin, I'll hold it up to my heart and see if I go towards it or I push away. That's another way you can body test too, is putting it up to your heart and seeing and holding things. And, you know, close your eyes and just sit with that and then see if it goes away, or just immediately went away, or go forward. So that's another way that you can do that as well. So there's multiple ways you can do this. You don't even have to body test. If you just want to write the slips of a piece of paper to start checking your intuition, maybe you already know the answers to things. This will help you to be able to really check your intuition. Check in first, see what you get, and write down what you get on things. Then take your options, put them on a piece of paper and hold them up to your heart, even if you're just sitting there, and just, what is your body telling you? What are you feeling? What are you seeing? Maybe you set it up to where you see green or red, green light or red light. Or maybe you set it up to get like a plus sign. Whatever it is that feels good to you is what you're going to do. But it's just, the key is writing everything that would be, that you think would be good for you. All right.
That was awesome. Thank you, Tink. I love that. That was a great idea too, with doing that with multiple options and putting it on paper. And then, like you said, setting up where it's a plus sign or a minus sign, or a green or a red. I love that. I know for me, I get a lot of it in feeling, so I will probably feel more, but some people may be more visual, so set it up that way. And like she said, test it and take time to really figure out how you are receiving your answers and how is that coming through to you. I love that. That was amazing.
Yeah, we're really kind of teaching everybody out of a job here, Twink, because we're telling everybody all of our secrets, right? We're telling everybody how to do everything, but whatever, it's okay. One thing you can do too is, maybe you're starting to feel anxious and anxiety and you think you're starting to have panic attacks. Ask if this belongs to you or is it spirit, and body test that. You know, does this feeling in my chest belong to me? And if you go backwards, I automatically started going backwards. That's funny. That's a no. It doesn't belong to you. It's not your stuff. You're not having a heart attack. Again, caveat, if you feel you are having an issue, especially if you're having heart pains or whatever, get it checked out just to make sure. And it's for your own sanity too, to make sure that you are, you know, to get that off your plate and thinking about it too, because that will weigh on you if you think there is something wrong with you. Trust me, I was just doing it. So yeah. All right. Anything else, Twink?
That's it. That's awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Vanna.
I'm actually happy I wore my first coffee shirt, because now that I know I'm allergic, I was starting to eliminate caffeine, thinking it was the caffeine. So I'm so happy that I can have my cup of coffee in the morning now that I wasn't related to that. And I did it through the pendulum and body testing. Everything that I did said no to peanuts, everything. I even did the whole checking with the heart. So yep, just for me, that's what worked. All right, everybody, have a magical day and night filled with peace, love, and light, and happy body testing.